On my way home one night, by chance I ran into this man as he was standing over the bridge looking down at all the cars he would count, driving fast, going past down by the Queensway, and it was kind of looking like he was contemplating life. Wrong of me to just assume, but I ended up being right, and so I discovered why after talking with him. Though it took a couple tries, he told it all while I was walking with him. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but I can easily relate to how easy it is to spill your secrets to a stranger. Just taking that risk and letting in the danger, dividing all your thoughts and even the remainders, hoping for the best of their judgment when you reveal your pain and anger. And even if they leave because of that, still the loss would be less painful. Though right then and there, I might have been all this guy had, and I wanted to know why he was late on my path. Back in the day, I would have been like, why ask? I used to be self-absorbed and for it, my bad. But it's not an everyday thing. I'm walking home at 2 in the morning, approaching some guy, hoping that I can make his sky less stormy. But the point is, I made him feel important and took away some notion that his life was pointless. And yes, I'm aware that there is a difference between saving somebody's life and just making it last longer, but still it would have been wrong to just keep walking past them like I didn't see a problem and didn't know something was happening.
Well, this one's hers, so I'm just going to get the video from her afterwards.
And though I may not have saved his life, I sure hope I changed it like another day and night, gave him a chance to make things right. So this is a message to all of you. Don't ever underestimate your presence, because if it wasn't for all of you, I'd just be talking to these benches and a bunch of empty chairs. Motionless objects not even reacting with empty stares. In a warmer setting, could it be met even by bringing them closer to the front? Because objects don't object or try convincing me not to jump. Because I've once been there, so I know what it's like and how it'd be nice to feel like someone cares. Anybody. So this is for all those times when you felt like you weren't meant to get by. This is for all those times when you felt like you would never be fine. This is for all those times when all I needed was a hug, but most of the world was asleep and I didn't feel worth waking them up. But I've come to realize I'm well worth it. Anyone with a doubt or thought otherwise can let hell burn it. And things aren't always what they seem, so to you things might feel perfect, but that doesn't mean victims of first world problems aren't still hurting. And did you know that all it takes is a smile to make somebody realize they'd rather stay a while? But then again, it also works in reverse. All it takes is words to hit somebody where it hurts. You see, your actions affect others. Everything you do has an impact on someone. It doesn't really matter who, because on the whole, you are them. And in return, they are you. And I can relate to Pac's lines. I once contemplated suicide and would have tried, but when I held that 9, all I could see was my mama's eyes. But that vision for me has now expanded. Instead of just seeing her eyes, I envisioned the planet. Now I have bigger reasons why I struggle to keep alive. For the people potentially listening who'll be touched by my poetry. For the friends I'll be affecting simply just by them knowing me. So if I stay and grow to be whatever I'm supposed to be, instead of running hopelessly, trying to chase my broken dreams, and I can freely, openly reach out to those who don't believe, planting them hope as seeds, and watch the world just grow with me. Yeah. So spoken word is it's an interactive thing. I mean, like it's the performer and the audience. So like, for example, the poets in here know what I'm talking about, right? Like if you hear a line that you feel, like feel free to wild out or snap or whatever it is that you need to do to express yourself. Like that's cool. Like while I'm performing, feel free to snap, clap, make whatever noises you feel the need to. So yeah, I'm just gonna go on with my second piece. Yeah. This is for all the children who've grown up to become statistics. From Trayvon to Mike Brown to the countless nameless Palestinians I read in the paper the other day. Cop killer put away for good, so they say. But I immediately thought, what about them killer cops whose fingers rock the trigger spots on their pretty glocks, the trigger-happy idiots who are eager to fire shots and easily get off as innocent due to their title cop, or whatever their authorities say, head of neighborhood watch. You see, this is the ideal job for that grade school bully who never really grew up, but only got older, and with time his heart colder. But even with good reason behind why he has come to be this kind of guy, there still exists no legit explanation that will ever justify The shots that were fired to take away the life of that young innocent child, just 1 year short of becoming a man, and you thought you had the right to go and take away that chance? But still, he was more of a man than you will ever be. You're as honorable to this game as a biased referee, with the outcome relying on the investigation team. But yo, why is it they seem to be slacking and procrastinating and thinking that that's okay when people are still waiting and are starting to lose patience, already losing faith in this whole investigation? Because as the process progresses, the less I can understand. How is it that after confessing, the killer is still a free man? How is he still considered innocent until proven guilty when he admitted to the killing and there were witnesses? Do you feel me? The hypocrisy in their theory is more ironic than Ferrum. Trying to keep the streets safe, how quick they contradict their theorem. If the neighborhood safety is what they were trying to invest in, then without a doubt Zimmerman would be arrested. Who is he trying to be kidding, claiming it was self-protection? Well, I guess he got the system because they lean in his direction. And need it be I mentioned that he even neglected the operator's advice. Matter of fact, he went against it. And I don't know all the facts, so I'm not going to pretend it, but I won't pretend to act like I don't see guilt in the defendant. Though I can't even call him that because he still isn't even on trial. It's really taken a while. With all this evidence apparent, how are they still in denial? How are they digging up dirt just to toss into the wrong pile? Cause see, even after his death, they still would not let this child be at rest, accusing him of being under influence, so they run his body through drug tests while the killer stays untouched. How does that make any sense? That isn't even all. I further question their intention when they try to make it relevant to mention the fact that he was suspended, as though it justifies the action of this felon. And if you must know, he was on suspension for 10 days for possession of an empty bag of weed. I've gotten off for way worse with less of a penalty, but regardless, it was harmless, like a boy who was armless. I don't mean without limbs, I'm speaking about him in specific, Mr. Trayvon Martin. This poem doesn't reflect half the respect you should have gotten, but I promise to put your story into the light, because ignoring your rights is not justifiable. You know the forces be reliable when they're pretty much going with this. Execution can be passed off as self-defense, because pulling out a weapon is the only way to go against a shady black kid in a hoodie, no matter how little, because there's no other means of protection against Arizona and Skittles.
Oh my God, oh my God! Get up, get up, get up, get up your feet! Make some noise for Kimbit right now. Man. King. Come here. You're not dumb. No, come sit down, boo. Come sit down. You're not the only one that has some, to get some out their chest. I need you to play a little instrumental for me. You know what I mean? And like, you guys were doing something hella cute, like this little thing. I can't do it because I got small fingers and stuff. I don't know why y'all laughing. I got small fingers, so it's hard for me to do this. So I need you to play that instrumental, and this is a poem I wrote right now, all freestyle. It's straight from the heart. And I got Dominic right there too, so like, you know what it is. So I'm gonna sit down right here, and I'm gonna do my poem. So hit me with that slow thing that was hitting my chest, you know what I'm saying? I almost felt like when I lost my girlfriend 4 months ago. I don't know why y'all laughing though, like it hurt. And my phone ringing. I told my mom I'm hosting. So 1 second. You ready? I need you guys to do this little thing for me real quick, okay? Okay. Oh, my bad, big guy. Damn, you big, my man. Damn, you big. I saw this guy. Damn, you big. My man, I like you. I need y'all to do this little thing. I can't do it. It's so pitiful. Yeah, you ready? About a year ago, no, a couple of months, I was at home with Heat haters. Miami lost. I was MIA for a couple of days. I had Dom attacking me on Facebook, couldn't respond. I deleted everybody from my Facebook. But that's not what killed me. What killed me is Dwayne Wade's knees. Dwayne Wade's knees killed me. And I mean, like, I've been a fan. I'm hitting him with that Kanye 808. That's what Kanye made him wait. Give me that, give me that. And then LeBron went home. I knew he was gonna go home, but still, like, at least the hairline could have went before he went home, you know what I'm saying? So like, just to say, like, Miami's still gonna be fine. I just don't understand why Chris Bosh got all that money, but he'll be fine. And shout out to my ex-girlfriend. I don't know where you are, but shout out to you. And oh my God, let's get ready for Sherlock Homeboy. Make some noise